Hello?
You guys, stop.
Is it Mom o'clock yet? I am going crazy.
Heck yeah. It's Mom o'clock somewhere.
Hi. How are ya?
I'm doing fine.
We're back.
We're back. We had to bring in the big dogs.
We're the big dog. Well, honestly, today's going to be a really fun episode. So, welcome back to Mom O'Clock. We're here. We're ready to rock. And we have a special guest, Nicole Dougherty. Hi.
Hi, girlies.
Welcome to Mom O'Clock. We're so happy to have you. Yay. So, we're going to talk all things IVF today. Hope, heartbreak, and what no one tells you. Right?
Yes. We're going to keep it, we're going to get serious. We're going to get
Fluffy.
emotional.
Yeah, we're going to talk all the things. And good thing
and we
is,
had to bring in a guest for this because, to be honest with you, Dom and I, we haven't gone through this before.
Thank God.
And I mean, we have people near and dear to us that have, but we want to talk all about it, and we need someone who really knows what's up.
and understand it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we could read all we want, but unless you go through it, you just don't know.
And
right?
it's something like so many moms go through it, and some people are scared to talk about it. Everyone goes through their own journey, and it's just really nice to have you on here too.
Yeah, so thank
Open
you for
up.
coming on here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yay. Well, just to give a little background, this is Nicole Dougherty. Fun fact, we went to high school together. Yay. She has a 15-month-old Savannah, cutie pie. She's married, and she's a stay-at-home mom just like us.
And she's also a baby. She's not even 30.
And she's not even 30. I love it.
I appreciate that.
Best compliment ever.
Yeah, right?
I love it. So let's get into it, honestly. Let's just talk all about what IVF is.
Sure.
Did you know that 1 in 6 women go through it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's
That's
true.
a lot.
It is, yeah.
More people than you know. You know, like people
walking around.
Yeah.
Right.
silent, it's
I mean,
a silent burden.
I have a core group of girlfriends, and almost all of them have
Crazy.
gone through it.
And it's crazy. Like, you're the odd one out.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yeah. No, it is.
You know, it's so interesting because, one of the things that I read that I saw was that IVF and women who are going through infertility have just underneath depression, just underneath what people who have cancer are going through. It's
You
so
said us
hard.
this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So hard.
I can't believe the statistics are that high in depression
high.
and stuff.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Because
But it makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense, especially if it's everything you ever wanted and your body's not letting you do
and
it.
you have no control.
Right.
Right.
You have no control. And like I feel like when you plan things to be one way your whole life and then they go another way, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. It's like almost as if, and this is no comparison, but I can only relate in this way. Like I planned to have a natural birth and I had a C-section.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't plan to have a C-section.
No.
The natural way is naturally.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like you.
Absolutely.
It's still. I didn't. It's fine, but it does
when
sit
you
with you.
picture
weird.
your whole life doing something one way and then
Right.
it happens another way, it's upsetting. It's a loss.
It's a loss. It is, and I think maybe that is that. You think the reason why no one talks about it?
Yes.
But thank God for IVF because,
Thank God. Yes.
I mean, I remember back in the 90s, my mom had infertility struggles, and it was just coming up. Like, she was just about to start it. And she actually adopted my brother and then had me, like, I was a miracle baby. But
That's
she was ready to, like, go full on IVF, and it wasn't talked about. It was very, like, I mean, it was very expensive, and not a lot of people even knew what it was.
Right. So I feel like there's so much. Obviously, we're going to go through what actually happens when you go through IVF.
Yeah.
But how did this start for you? Like, tell us your story.
Yeah. So so my husband and I got married. And then a year later, we were like, all right, like, let's try. Like, let's see what happens. Let's try. We got pregnant a month into trying.
Wow.
And we were so shocked. Like, I was on birth control for 10 years.
So you got off birth control.
Got off birth control, realized I knew nothing about myself, nothing about my body, nothing about how my body worked. Like, when you're ovulating, like, you
don't
know
know
what that looks
right,
like. But,
exactly.
like, I didn't know then what it looked like. I knew nothing about it. So it was so interesting that, like, I was like, oh, okay.
You were, like, learning yourself.
Yeah. I wasn't even getting periods at that point.
Right.
So
10 years consecutively you were on birth control.
yes. And so I came off of it. We got pregnant right away. We went to our 8-week appointment. There was a heartbeat, like everything was great. And then we went back for a 10-week appointment and the heartbeat was gone. So I was there. We were getting the ultrasounds, and it actually wasn't my doctor doing the ultrasound. It was a woman who was like working under her, like shadowing her. And she said, I'll be right back. It was just
I have
silence.
chills.
You know, like it was, the ultrasound was happening and there was silence on the ultrasound.
Yeah.
And I looked at my husband and I said, something's wrong.
Yeah.
He was like, what are you talking about? Nothing's wrong. And I was like, no, something's wrong. And, you know, she actually, my doctor was at St. Barnabas with a woman who was giving birth. So we had to wait for her to come back.
You just laid there and
Those
waited.
on-call doctors.
The two, the two of us just sat there and
Oh my gosh.
we were heartbroken. Like, we knew, you know,
Right.
like you don't have to tell us.
Right.
So then she came back, and my sister came and met us there, and you know, I remember my sister saying to me, "You're gonna fall asleep tonight. You're gonna wake up tomorrow. It's gonna hit you again." And like, you have to know that that's going to happen. Like, know that that's going to happen to you. And, you know, and it did. And the doctor at the time, this was not ultimately the doctor who I ended up seeing, you know, moving forward with, you know, my subsequent pregnancies. And she was against doing any testing of this baby. But at the time, I needed answers. You know,
Right.
what happened? You know, like everybody around me was having babies and everybody was so happy. And I'm thinking to myself, why not me? Why not me?
Right.
You know, it was so easy for everybody else. Why is it hard for me? Why is this happening?
Right.
So I pushed for testing. We found that I had a partial molar pregnancy.
What's that mean?
A partial molar pregnancy is, in not so many terms, like a pregnancy that's never viable with life. So it's never going to be a baby that's going to be here with us on this earth. It's not. Does it make it less heartbreaking? The problem with partial molar pregnancies is it's basically what happens is they have to monitor your HCG down to 0. If it doesn't go down to 0, you have to do chemotherapy.
Really?
So I had to go to a gyne oncologist. So now I'm going through this loss. I'm going to a cancer doctor, like petrified, you know,
Oh my gosh.
and you know, doing all this monitoring, doing all this testing, and then you're not allowed to try again for 6 months. So 6 months of my life, I wasn't allowed to try again. And
You have more time to think, I feel.
I definitely
Yeah,
had
like how was your
postpartum.
mental state within those? You were just
I was a train wreck.
Yeah.
And, you know, thank God for the people around me, you know, my mother, my sister, my husband, you know, thank God for the people who stepped in and they were there for me. That was a big deal, you know, like they were there. But I was in a really bad way. I was so...
how do you not be in a bad way?
And, you know, it's funny because it's like, they talk about postpartum depression after, you know, 9 months you're pregnant, you have a baby, and postpartum depression can happen. But like nobody ever said like you could have a miscarriage and then those hormones you're still having that really big hormone drop.
Right.
So I ended up definitely looking back, I had postpartum depression, but nobody was going to label it that, obviously. You know, you get pregnant and you didn't get a baby out of it.
Right.
You know?
And it was like success in your eyes, and then something went wrong. So it's like, who do you blame? It's like,
Exactly.
there's no one to blame, but I would run. My brain would have run.
And so then I ended up having to have a procedure to have the pregnancy removed because I wasn't passing it on my own.
Right.
And I ended up 24 hours later with a fever.
Really?
With a fever. And so then I went nuts. And I'm like, what is this? You know, what is this about? What is this from? Yada, yada.
Like your body's fighting off something
What's
after
happening?
you're right. Yeah.
Freaking out. I ended up having to go on antibiotics. Okay, so I ended up having endometritis, not to be confused with endometriosis.
Right. Which I know what that is.
So endometritis is an infection in the uterus.
Got it.
And it was caused by the procedure.
is that common for?
You know, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be common, but
I
it
never heard
happened.
of that before, honestly.
Yeah, so it happened. So I went nuts after that, after, you know, researching and looking everything up. And, you know, there was a lot about infertility
Right.
after you get endometritis, or not actually clearing the infection after you're on antibiotics for a certain amount of time. Like that could happen where you're on antibiotics, but you don't clear the infection.
Right.
So after, you know, that happened, I was on the antibiotics. I went to a new OBGYN, who I ended up staying with the practice and I loved. But I ended up, starting to try again. After 6 months went by, we started to try again. I got pregnant again right away. And this pregnancy resulted in a miscarriage that happened at home.
Okay.
So
What was the difference?
So I will say I knew what to expect.
Okay.
And I didn't, and I should have, but I didn't allow myself to feel it.
Okay.
I didn't allow myself to.
Well, did you not allow yourself to get as excited as you did the first time? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah. And, we didn't even, for this second pregnancy, we hadn't even gotten to the 8-week appointment yet.
Right.
So I was like around 6.5-ish weeks where, the bleeding started, the cramping started. And, I told my husband again, like, we ended up going to the hospital and, then we ended up going to my OBGYN a few days later. And at this appointment, I actually had asked for a referral to go to RMA, to go and do IVF.
Okay.
And this provider actually said, if we sent every woman who's had 2 miscarriages to go do IVF, everybody would do IVF. Basically have a 3rd miscarriage and let's see.
Right.
And I was like,
it's almost like something clicked for you and you were like, I don't want to go through this again.
yeah, I said,
Okay.
I'm not doing this again. I can't do this again. I can't do this to my body again. I can't do this to myself again.
Understood.
I need help at this point. So I ended up making an appointment at RMA with the provider who I ultimately saw who helped us to become pregnant.
Now, at this point, did you know anything about IVF?
No,
You just were like, I'm doing IVF.
I'm doing IVF. I said, I need help. And in my mind, IVF is the way that you get help when you're going through infertility. Even if it's just testing, like they will test everything for you.
Right.
So I went in and I remember I was going to the Basking Ridge office, and there's an office like that's much closer to my house, but I continued to go to the Basking Ridge office because that's like their hub. So I felt most comfortable there. So I would go and, it was 5:00 in the morning. It was pitch black. And as soon as I started going for this blood work,
Because you have to go every day for blood
every
work,
couple
right?
days, yeah. And so as soon as I started going, I felt this relief immediately because it wasn't on me anymore. Like it felt like a really big responsibility on me. I felt like I was letting my husband down.
Yeah.
I felt like I was letting myself down. I felt like, I felt so ashamed. Like I felt like I'm a woman.
Yeah.
This is what I was made to do, and I can't do it.
Right.
I think a lot of women who are listening can relate to that.
Yeah.
And I think the main reason why a lot of people don't like to tell their story because they don't want others to judge, quote unquote, the journey that they can't follow as a woman.
Right, 'cause,
or
like,
that they should be.
Or a
able
lot
to
of people
follow.
have like the stigma. It's like, okay, we're women, like our bodies are supposed to do this, but like,
Yeah.
what if they can't?
Right.
Yeah.
What if
And I understand that. It's like and just to relate back, because I didn't go through IVF, but I did have a C-section.
Right.
And I try to tell myself, and I'm good at this, just saying, I have a beautiful baby. It doesn't matter how I had him, but I still feel like there's a stigma around having to say what baby. I've had someone say to me, "What women can't push out babies anymore." Like, what do you mean?
People
I
said-
tried.
someone
Someone said
said that to you?
that to me. Yes, in a public setting. Yes, and I was like, because we were in a setting with 2
First
other girls.
of all,
Yeah. So but my point is there's a stigma around having a C-section. Like it's not the easy way out. I'll tell you that. much.
absolutely
It's
not.
barbaric.
Yes.
And I rather have given birth naturally.
Of course.
But I couldn't.
Yes.
And I didn't. And I still had to push and actually almost
you had
give
to do
birth.
both,
So
actually.
it's like I feel your pain in the sense like you feel like you're ashamed that you couldn't do it the natural way.
Right. The way
Why
that,
couldn't I push my baby out in 15 minutes?
Right.
Why did I have to have a C-section?
I think also, like, since I do have a lot of girlfriends that went through IVF, sometimes it's not the woman, sometimes it's the man's sperm.
Sure,
and I remember, like, my girlfriends talking about it, they're like, oh, like, it's him, like, or, and then it's like, I know for you it was different, but do you feel like resentment could build up in a marriage if it was, like, your problem or his problem?
For
like,
sure.
like,
I think
can't you
either
see-
way.
Yeah.
I think either way. And I think that it's a lot. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to tell each other what your feelings are in the moment.
Was your husband all for IVF? He was like, just go do it.
Yeah, so he got to a point where he was like, you know what? Like if he didn't want to see me so sad anymore,
Right.
And for him, you know, I think that he was scared, you know, and I think that, you know, anytime you have to get this extensive testing done, you're scared of what could be found.
Right, what else they could find.
You know, and that I think is really scary to men too in general, like especially if like they're not people who are like obsessed with going to the doctor, obsessed with, you know,
men in general.
Yeah, literally.
they're
Hate the doctor.
not.
Hate.
So like for him, like, you know, it was hard for him too, like to have to go do the blood work and do all that
Right.
stuff. Like that's a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that for men there's a pride aspect of it too. You know, and so when we found out everything was good with him, I will never forget this moment. He was windows down, music blasting, flying into the driveway. He's like, "Did you hear?" I'm like, "Yeah, I heard."
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like, lucky you.
yes.
Yeah.
And you know, I was, for me, it felt kind of like, okay, like we know that this aspect of this situation is great.
Yeah.
That's one less thing we have to worry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, it was, you know, it was a win,
Right.
for sure. But I think that again, if you're already feeling shame
Right.
about the situation,
Right.
it just
Yeah.
it could pour over into your marriage. It could pour over into your personal relationships. Like that's a big thing too. Like
Yeah.
with women who, you know, their friends are all getting pregnant so easily, and they're going through all of this stuff to get pregnant. So definitely, that's a big aspect of it.
I wanted to ask you, do you think if you would have had, like, I can tell by how you're speaking, you obviously did this, and I'm glad you did this the way you did for yourself, because it was hard on you, right? Do you think if you had more conversations and just gained more knowledge about your body and what was going on, do you think you would have tried again naturally? Or you think you still would have done IVF because of the state of mind you were in?
Yeah, I think because of the point that I was at that time in my life, mentally, I couldn't
just
take it
done,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
couldn't
as you
take
should.
it anymore. I wanted my baby. So at that point, I was willing to do anything.
I get it. Yeah.
But I will say, like, I wish that I went into.
I'm asking for the viewers, like, if they're in this point, like, should I do it? Should I not? You know?
Yes. Well, I wish that I went into trying to get pregnant in general, knowing more about my body.
Yeah.
Taking these ovulation tests, these pregnancy tests. Are you doing it right? There's all these different
Prepping your
things
body
that
for being pregnant, like, you just don't know.
people are taking their temperature.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking, there are so many different things, and the craziest part is like none of this stuff works.
I know.
Well, wait,
None
the
of this
ovulation
stuff
strips,
works.
I think.
I
do.
think those are definitely don't work. I don't think
Oh, I think they were.
because our cousin did ovulation tests, said she was ovulating, then went to the doctor. The doctor's like, "You're not ovulating."
I mean, well, sometimes, I mean, there could be a.
I'm by the book. I know
flight.
when I'm actually ovulating today. I can literally confirm.
Come on over.
Well, well, and you want to know what? Like, it depends on the
Right.
strips.
Yeah.
If you're using the cheap ones, if
Right.
you're using the expensive ones, and then there's, you know, like I said, you take your basal body temperature. You wake up
Oh,
in the
yeah,
morning,
people do that.
does it, and you're
People have
graphing it.
There's like the bracelets.
Bracelets.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Bracelets.
To check your temperature.
I'm talking. There's
Yeah.
crazy.
There's so much
stuff.
shit out there.
And
Yeah.
you want to know what? It's so sad because they're just preying on women.
I know.
They're preying
Yeah.
on your
It's sad.
fertility. Yeah, they're and I fell for it all. You know, like
I
was
would
like, I'll
too.
do anything.
Yeah.
And like when you finally get to a point where you understand what your body does, what it can do, what it cannot do,
Yeah.
that I think is the eye-opening moment.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
then, you know, I walked into this clinic, I started getting this blood work. Then there's other tests that you have to get.
You take us through that process a little bit. I know
Yeah.
a little bit about it because I've seen it firsthand, but I want to know from your perspective, like all the
Yeah.
testing you got to go through.
So you have to do a saline sonogram. So they basically move saline like through your cervix. I'm not a doctor. Discretion.
Yeah, not a doctor over here.
Yeah.
We're not
So
doctors.
I'm not a doctor. This is just what I make of these tests.
Yeah.
So
And I think that's relatable because moms don't know shit either.
I don't even know what IVF stands for. It's so I can't even pronounce it.
I will never forget. I'm sitting there in this room, and there's a group of people around me, and they're all like, "Yeah," like all just looking at my uterus, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
I felt that
right
way
now.
every single pregnancy.
No,
and I
it's
was like,
insane.
Like it's a
you
room.
see something there? Because I don't.
I see absolutely nothing.
Crazy.
Actually.
It's a room full of people all looking at the inside of your body, and it, you know, that was I think an aspect of it too. That was like you have to get comfortable with allowing.
And you have to like your doctor.
You have to like your doctor, and so Shout out Dr. Shastri.
Love it.
At RMA.
Where's she?
RMA. So she's at the Basking Ridge location. I believe she's at West Orange, maybe one other location, but she is
Love it. You need a good experience.
I love her.
A good referral.
She's amazing. But all the doctors there are amazing. They're all so very smart. They're all, wonderful. She was my girl.
Love that.
So
You
I
need
love
that.
her. Yeah. So I did the saline sonogram. It's where they move saline through your uterus to kind of just see the shape of your uterus. And then after that, you do, it's an HSG, hysterosalpingogram.
I would have never done that.
And so for that, they move dye through your fallopian tubes and they sit with an x-ray machine over you to see and make sure that there's nothing clogged.
You know your shit, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if I went through something like this, I still
like
wouldn't.
that thing that's long,
Yeah. Well, and so my right fallopian tube was clogged.
Okay.
And they ended up believing that it was due to when I had that infection from the procedure to remove the pregnancy after,
Wow.
Like
baby
even
was no longer
if
with
you
us.
never did that, you would have never got that answer. So,
Right.
like,
Never
that's
got the
amazing.
answer.
Right, exactly.
So, and I guess, fun fact, most women do ovulate from their right side most often.
Because I always feel it on my right ovary.
Yeah.
My doctor did say
You
that.
feel it on your right over.
When I ovulate, I feel my follicle. Yeah. I swear. I told him, buy the book with my
You are.
ovulation.
You
Yeah.
absolutely are.
Yeah,
I
so
feel it on my right side.
if
You're right.
you aren't, ovulating on your left side and your right side is clogged,
You're right. Yeah.
not gonna get
Wow.
pregnant.
So do you think that you would have not miscarried your second time if you knew that answer after your first miscarry?
Well, no, because it just
Because it was clogged. If you knew that the
No, but-
fallopian tube was clogged.
but she didn't do anything about it.
No, but I'm saying if you knew that your fallopian tube was clogged after your infection,
Oh, like if they went in. And,
if they went in and flushed it out, do you think it would have helped with your second?
maybe,
You don't wanna know that answer.
but also like if I've read before sometimes that when they do the HSG, it does kind of move whatever the blockage is through. But if it's scar tissue and stuff, like I don't know how they're really going to get that out.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah.
But I remember that procedure being particularly painful for me.
I can imagine.
I think my toenails were sweating. I'm not kidding.
No, I can't
Everything
even
was
imagine.
sweating. I
Like,
was
nothing
cursing.
worse than laying there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was
Like-
cursing, and then I felt so guilty that I was cursing like that. This doctor
The
is in
shit
the room.
we go through.
My body came off the table like
No,
that.
I can't.
I was in so much pain, and she sat down. She looked at me, and right after the test, she said, "You need to do IVF."
She told you that. Oh,
right there.
wow.
And I
see,
was
that's
glad.
something I would need to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me what I need to do. I can't make a decision on my own.
Yeah, and I went home and I'm in a Bible study now, but at the time I was just kind of reading through the Bible by myself, and I was in the shower and I thought to myself, because some people say you shouldn't do IVF,
Yeah.
and I stood in the shower and I closed my eyes and I said, "Am I doing the right thing?"
Yeah.
And I
get
asked
it.
God, "Am I doing the right thing? Is this right?" And every night, I was reading through and I was in Psalms and I opened, and first, children are a gift from God.
Was the first line.
Yeah, he answered me right away.
Yeah.
So I knew,
I
what
need
I mean?
stuff like that too.
He
Because I'm the
answered
same
me right
exact
away.
way.
Yeah. And he did. And so I felt at that point, I said, this is going to work. This is going to work for us. So after that, I had what's called an egg retrieval. And so with that, this is like the famous shots.
Is this how many eggs you
Yes.
came out of the egg retrieval?
Yes. So this is the famous, when you see on social media people doing the shots in their belly,
Right.
Yeah.
that's what this is. So start getting on medication, and I was so excited about this whole process. Like I was like, I don't care how many times I have to stab myself in the stomach.
You're
and
ready.
And so my sister did a lot of my shots for me.
That was
God
nice.
bless
That's
her.
so nice.
Yes, and
Did
thank
your
God
husband do any of them?
he did them one time, and they hurt so bad. He said, "You're never doing it again. I'm doing it myself the next time."
Oh my gosh. They just don't know. I
hurt,
can't.
It hurt so bad when he did it. I think he was nervous, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, imagine pricking your wife. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird concept.
Yes. So that's when I was going every other day and then daily for, you would go in the morning for an ultrasound. They would ultrasound. They would see how many follicles you had growing on each side. And then it goes for about 2 weeks for most people. I think it's like, it kind of depends on like
2 weeks of shots.
yeah. And then you do what's called a trigger shot. You have to do it at the exact time that they tell you to do it. And then the next day you go in the morning and you go under anesthesia, and they go and they take out all, your little follicles. And that morning, usually like your husband will give like a fresh sample, or if there's like a frozen sample, sometimes things don't work out, but they always make sure that they have the sample. And right then and there, they take your eggs and they inseminate them. And so
interesting.
Yeah. So when I
It's
woke
so
up,
crazy.
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. So I woke up and they said you retrieved 24 eggs.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of
That's
eggs.
a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, like I guess I didn't realize like that I was capable.
Right.
Like I don't know. I was shocked.
I mean, you were defeated for so many.
Yeah. 24.
Yeah.
It's a lot of eggs.
Fertile,
Based on what I know, I feel like that's a lot of eggs.
Yeah, I feel like I was like, all right, we did good.
Yeah.
So
We did good.
we did good. And then there's a process over the next few days where they call you, they tell you how many of your eggs matured, and then moving forward, how many like basically make it to the blastocyst stage. And I think that's like day 5 or 6 usually. So we ended up all in all with 7.
That's good too.
Yes. And so we had a mix of girl and boys. And what my doctor had told me was she wanted at least 2 for each child I wanted to have.
Oh, that
makes sense.
makes sense. So if you want one,
You should have 2.
right,
Yeah. So if you want 2, you should have 4.
right.
Great. So we started discussing, okay, we're going to.
Are you gonna pick the sex?
I know.
Yeah,
That's so
so-
exciting.
So we ended up not picking the sex.
Oh, so it just was by surprise.
Yeah, so we said to them we wanted like a little bit of like a normalcy,
Yeah,
however normal you can make
Right.
this process, but
Right.
we wanted a little bit of normalcy. So we ended up telling them best quality, you guys choose, and don't tell us.
So fun.
So
I love the best quality
best
thing
quality.
because they rank them.
I know.
They
They
rank
do.
the
Yeah,
embryos.
who's the
And then,
strongest?
so like my girlfriends are on their 2nd, 3rd kids now, and they're
Yeah.
like, all right, we'll get the 3rd one, like the 3rd best. I'm like, oh,
Little
that
bit
one's gonna
weak
be
is
so
fine.
shitty.
and it's hilarious because it's like
It's like they're all good, but it's like
and who talks like
Right.
this, right? Like people who just go and get pregnant normally are not like, okay,
No.
the best quality.
Yeah.
Like it
You
just
better be a
was
good one.
Yes, like it's like you're just getting pregnant and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But for us, it's like all of these people who have to go through IVF, it's just this like very specialized
Yeah.
situation.
I mean, think about it. You're doing shots in your kitchen, I assume. Your sister's coming over. You're getting blood work like every other day, so you're leaving work at the time.
Yeah.
And you're to be put under anesthesia, so
I mean, it's a lot.
you
Even
can wake
before
up
you're
and be
even-
disappointed after all that.
Also, yeah, all of that doesn't lead to a baby.
Correct.
Maybe or
Maybe.
maybe not.
Right.
maybe.
I want to hear about the waiting period, the 2-week
Yeah.
Yeah.
wait.
Okay, so we went in for
So they
the transfer.
right.
And they come in and they wheel in. It's like it's a cart
With a
and
dish?
like your
That's-
baby is in there, and
Like we used in like chemistry class, like those dishes.
like everybody, your baby is in there, and everybody else's babies
That's
are in there.
insane.
So
It's
crazy.
crazy. And so on this screen, under a microscope, there's our baby. Like
That's
there
what you
she
sent
is.
us?
Yes.
Wait, that's like they're looking through a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can see her, and at the time I didn't know it was a her. So I see this baby on the screen, and they take like little drops of water, I guess, and they're like, look, we're washing the baby. And I'm like,
I'm freaking
my
out.
husband and I are looking at each other like, what is going on right now?
Honestly, science is unbelievable.
Science is
Crazy.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Crazy. And like, it's like, isn't it amazing though? Like you think about like, you take a step back and you're like, okay, like God created us from that.
I don't
It's a
get it.
clump of cells.
Yeah,
Like, it's
like, I don't even
amazing.
understand
And like
it.
we were a clump of cells before. Like
Clump
God
of
was
cells.
like, here you go. Here
Yeah.
you are. It's crazy.
And the fact that they could do it now, not inside your body.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
you could take them out of the body, make them.
Right, that's exactly
And
what
then
I was
put
going to
it
say.
in.
Yeah.
And
It's
they're like,
so
look how cute. And we're like,
What is that?
we're like, okay, yeah, cute.
Yeah, cute.
You know, and then so they did it and it was on ultrasound.
And you
so-
were awake for all this.
Yeah, and you didn't feel anything. and I was able to see baby
Goes in.
go in
No way.
and where baby was.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah, it was so cool. You know, and I always say like I got to meet her
Yeah.
before.
she was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And so I remember after my husband being like, "Don't pee too hard."
Push her out. You can push her out.
Because you have to have a full
That is
bladder for
so
the
fu-
procedure.
yeah.
You have to have a full bladder so they can see.
Yeah.
And
That's
they were
crazy.
like, no, like that you can't do
You
that.
can't do that.
It's okay. And I'm
And
like,
even
that's
after
like-
all that,
That's like guys are so stupid. It's like
No,
it's like
they're
when
so
you're
stupid.
actually pregnant and he's like, oh my god, do you think I'm touching his head? I'm like, no, your fucking
No.
cock is not that big.
it's like relax.
yeah, like it's like, oh my gosh. Like,
Gosh. But I feel like even after all of that,
yes,
it still could not work.
it still
yeah.
could not work.
Yeah.
Which is such a crazy concept to think about.
Well, I mean, all the right things have to happen. So you
All
have
the right
so
things.
when that was actually happening, you had to have been ovulating, right? Or no?
So
It's like a day after your period or something, or when
Like
your period
tell the
starts.
viewers what.
so you start on medication.
Okay.
They start you on medication. They start you on, I believe it's estrogen and then also progesterone.
Okay.
The progesterone injections.
Not only that, you're putting shit in
are-
your body.
Yep. And the progesterone injections are no joke. The needles are this big.
Ooh, yeah.
They're intramuscular, so they go in your butt.
Mm.
Oh my
And
God. This is
they-
a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you do that at the same time every day. I did it for 56 days.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
that's like preparing your body to
Yes.
be
to be
as
pregnant.
yeah.
And so I had done it at this point. I believe it was for 5 days. Went in, had the transfer, and then you still have to continue doing your shots. Now, think about the people who the transfer doesn't stick, and they're sitting there every day still doing these
doing it.
shots. Like it's pain, and it's for nothing.
And wait, so now that I'm remembering, you can't do the same spots
So you go back and forth every day, each side,
each
but
side,
like
and
you
then
know,
it gets sore.
swollen, sore,
It's like sticking a
hard,
womb.
lumpy, yeah. So and there's this auto injector that they make that it's not like FDA approved, but you know, this pharmaceutical company makes this auto injector where you can load the you know, the injection in and you can just press the button and it does it itself. Because, you know, think about it. You're sitting there, you're looking at this needle that's this big and you have to jab yourself with
never.
it.
So this is at home. You're doing this
Yes.
at home. Okay.
So I was able to, like, I could see the pen, but I didn't have to look at the needle, and I was able to press the
Oh,
button.
that's
it would
good, and
inject
that worked.
it.
What's it called?
I forget the name of it. I'll look it up.
Yeah, send it to
But
us.
it was like, it was amazing. So
Right.
it made everything a lot easier for me in that aspect. But my
Right.
husband did make a comment. I'll never forget it. Thank you, Ryan. And he said, well, Nicole, be very careful that you don't hit a bone.
Hit a bone.
Hit a bone. I never forgot it.
Stop.
I never forgot it.
Don't
I
even.
I never forgot it. So every day at 7:50, I used to
7:50.
call my sister, and I knew she was at work. So I was like, I can't lollygag, you know?
Can't
I got
lollygag.
it. She's going to count down from 5. And then when she gets to 1, I'm going to press it, and then we're going to hang up. Like, I cannot keep her on
Thank
the phone.
God for sisters.
Thank
Holy
God for
shit.
sisters. Thank God for sisters. And I used to, she was like, everybody in the office knows not to bother me for those 10 minutes.
How sweet.
You know, and I used to, sometimes I would cry and I'd be like, Brianna, I can't do it. That's it. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing it. She's like, what
And
are
you literally
talking
have
about?
to.
You
Yeah.
have to. You have to.
You have
and
to.
after, it's keeping your baby alive at that point. Like, you have to. You don't have a choice. She said, Nicole, you're doing it. Stop.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, do it. You know, and I would do it every
Yeah.
time. There was one particular time where blood shot out after.
Stop. This is crazy shit. You know that, right?
And like, I
so many
called the
people
nurse.
go through it and
It's
don't.
crazy.
I mean, I'm really happy that you're telling this like full.
Me too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
a lot of people not only won't tell the story, or if they do, they don't tell it in detail. Like,
Yeah.
people.
No, this is
if
good.
I was going through this, I need to hear bloodshot
Right.
out of your ass.
Me too.
And you have to
If you're
also
not.
hear, but you have to also hear that the medication does stay in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Right.
Like, I called my nurse after. I said, does the medication come out? I have to do it again. She's like, no. Like, you're good.
Right.
You're good. And, you know, I will say, like, the medical attention that you receive when you're going through IVF, second to
Good.
none.
That's good.
They are
Good to hear.
on you. They're calling you. The times, like, it is so amazing. And I said to my husband, you know, after the fact, I said, don't get comfortable because it's
Yeah.
not like this,
Right.
you know, out in the world.
Right. Right. No, seriously though.
But
that's lucky.
You know, I'm back to the 2-week wait. So it's, I believe, 9 or 10 days, and then you go in.
1 day's enough.
I know, and you get blood work.
Yeah, that must be a long 9 days.
Long.
So my question for you is, while you were going through this, did you tell people that you were going through it?
No.
Okay.
So it was
I
just your
refuse.
family. Why did you refuse?
Okay, so we're Italian. The Malocchio.
You want bad juju.
Yeah. I didn't want people's thoughts to affect what
So
I was
it wasn't.
going
So you didn't want to
through.
hear people's thoughts back to you, or you didn't want people to judge you, or you didn't want the bad juju. You're
all
like,
of
I
it.
don't-
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. I didn't want any of it. And I didn't want, I didn't want people to look at me like I'm a freaking science experiment. Like, I didn't want people to look at me, and judge me in a way. Again,
Label you as
Yes.
Yeah.
This woman is infertile. Gosh.
Also, you were already let down twice with 2 miscarriages.
No one knows your story.
no
first
one
of
knows.
all. Yeah.
And it's like,
And it's like how, like my girlfriends, when they were going through that 9-day period, they would choose who they were going to tell, because then if it doesn't stick, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
now I have to
right.
tell these people that I just did all this and
Didn't work.
so
Yeah.
many people knew the first time I was pregnant, and like, I am so thankful for all the people who were there for us. But
Yeah.
like the amount of flower deliveries that I got,
Yeah.
like for a week, and I was like, I remember like literally like I'm gonna smash these flowers
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
ground. Like I don't want any more
Yeah,
flowers,
yeah.
But it was all with good intentions.
Right,
right.
Everybody was doing
no,
it
but that's how you're
with love.
feeling.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure like any like pregnancy announcement you saw on Instagram or any like all of that,
Triggering.
like that is just like a trigger.
Yes.
Like
the morning I was going in for my procedure, I saw somebody who I knew announced her pregnancy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like
You also don't know what people are announcing. You don't know what they went through prior either.
No,
So
you don't
maybe
know.
they were going through
no,
the
but
same
like
shit.
we're all human. Like you have this feeling, you're like, ugh,
Yeah, we're all
like,
human.
I wish
So
that
exactly,
was
you
me.
can't help
Like,
it. But like you
yeah.
wish you can ask somebody like, that's why it's so good to talk to people so you know and can
100%.
relate.
Yes,
you know?
and the day that I decided to take a test on my own at home.
You did. Oh, so
Yeah.
that's
oh
so funny.
wait, so before you went in to get blood work, you
But
took
they
the test
tell
by
you
yourself.
not to do that.
Why? Because if it's
Because-
not positive.
Well, she's going to an actual clinic that is supposed to tell her. I have fights with my girlfriends about this.
Oh my god, I
And-
probably would do that too.
So but they also tell you your HCG number, and so you can get a
Right.
positive. The number might not be high enough,
Right.
So it might not be a viable pregnancy. But I went to my friend Nicole's baby shower, and I was on my way home.
You're
My
just
husband
going about your life like doing all this. It's like the craziest thing.
going to a baby shower while infertile is
Yeah,
like
it's so
that,
insane.
that should be illegal.
where am I? Like you're in like the twilight
Yeah,
zone.
right.
I'll never, there was like another
No one
baby
knows
sh-
what's going on.
Yeah, there was like 10 pregnant women around me all taking a picture. I'm sitting there like
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's terrible.
it's terrible.
like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's I'll go back to it, but like that's another thing that I wish that I do wish a little bit that people knew what I was going through, because I did take a step back from everybody.
So I was like, what's wrong with Nicole? Meanwhile,
always, what's wrong with
Yeah.
Nicole? Nicole doesn't like us anymore. What's Nicole's problem?
But you needed to do it for
Nicole
your
was
mental
so
health.
depressed. Nicole was so depressed.
Yeah.
Like Nicole couldn't be a friend, couldn't be a wife, couldn't be a sister,
Yeah.
couldn't be a daughter. Nicole couldn't be anything.
yeah,
Nicole was in the trenches.
yeah.
But
Looking back, you realize how bad it was.
yeah, it was really bad. It was bad. And like sometimes I don't even like to think about it.
I know.
Because
I
that's
get
how
it.
bad it was.
I get
I'm
it.
like, ooh, like
I get it.
Yeah.
like
It's
it
a weird
hurts.
thought.
Yeah, it hurts to think about. But I did take the test. I went to CVS. I stopped. I picked up the test.
You
My
were
husband
alone?
wasn't home.
Oh, wasn't home.
Did it by myself.
You're so funny.
I said I have to do it alone.
Yeah.
And I did it. I took like 4 different types of tests. They all said pregnant. I said, no
chills.
way. No way. Wait, and I said, I guess I'm going to call my husband.
Yeah, right? I just want to tell him.
I guess I'm going to call him. I looked at him. I said, I'm pregnant. He's like, excuse me?
like,
like,
what?
did
What are
the
you
doctor
taking
call?
tests? Yeah, like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm pregnant. He was like, oh my gosh. So we were so excited. A couple days later, I went and you get your blood tests. They call you. They tell you, congratulations if it's, a hopeful number.
That's like a real thing.
Yes.
They do call you and say
They
that.
call you and they tell you congratulations. And then they want to see your number 60% or more every 48 hours, I believe it is. So they want to see that number doubling. So you got the positive, but
We're still not
it's
there
not
yet?
over yet.
It's like crazy.
It's not over. So then you go back again. And then it's really nice actually because you start doing ultrasounds at 4 weeks.
Like all of this
so-
process is you're still like very
You don't have a baby. You don't have.
well. No, but you are, but like it's like you're not like 12 weeks. You're not 6 weeks.
You
You're
wouldn't-
only
most
4
women
weeks.
don't know they're pregnant
Right,
until
exactly. Like,
4-6
like you haven't even
weeks.
had the missed period.
Right,
If you were doing
exactly.
it. Yeah.
And then you go and you see, you want to make sure that it basically looks like an egg yolk. they check that, and then at 8 weeks you graduate. And that's when you go to your OB. I was like, do I have, like, I don't
you didn't want to
I'm
leave.
not
Oh
ready
my
to
gosh.
leave.
Oh, so you have to leave them.
You leave
Yeah,
them.
and they will not see you anymore.
No, it's actually against the law.
It is. My girlfriend's talking about that because they're very attached to, like you said, that
I'm
doctor, right?
obsessed.
But like then they're just like, bye.
Yes.
You gotta
That's
go
it.
because
Yes.
they move on. I mean, it's
Right.
I'm like,
it's a
I miss you. I
rotating-
love you. I send them pictures of my
Yeah.
daughter, like on the portal.
That
I'm
is
like,
sad.
hey, here she is. Here she
You miss
is. Your
her?
masterpiece.
So fun.
Like,
That's
I
funny.
love you guys.
That
you know?
is great.
But people do go and they'll bring their kids to visit
Yeah.
so that the doctors
So,
can meet, which is
yeah.
really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, but my nurse and I were super, super close, and I like adored her, and she was always like such a guiding light for me. Any questions I had, I always knew, and I could count on her, and like this made a really big difference for me because in the world, right? Like if you go on your portal, your My Chart, whatever, and you write to your provider, 24, 48 hours, they're going to get back to you eventually, but it's not usually super quick. I would call her 2 minutes later, she's calling me
Instant.
back.
Yeah, that's-
She's calling me back, so like that was the way that I was so comforted by this
Yeah.
practice, by these people.
I bet it made a
That's
world
what
of
I
a
said. Yeah,
difference.
you needed
World
that.
of
You needed the reassurance.
I did.
Yes.
I needed that. Yeah. So I obviously became pregnant with Savannah. And I went to my OBGYN, and it was amazing.
So for that
Amazing.
for that pregnancy,
Yeah.
were you like on edge? Were you nervous?
Whole
Or after
time.
that, were you like
Whole time.
you were so
So
Every
this works now. You graduate and you're going to your
regular
OBGYN,
OB?
and now
Are
you're
you
just going
consider-
through the
were
process
you
of being
considered
pregnant.
high risk or
in the end.
okay?
So you go, okay, so in regular pregnancies, when everything is status quo, you go, and at 36 weeks, I had to go to perinatal weekly along with my regular OBGYN.
Okay, because of your situation.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I was on blood thinners, I was on a thyroid medication.
While you were pregnant.
Mhm.
Wow.
And so like I don't have, and blood thinners, I mean baby aspirin, but I was on a thyroid medication, which I didn't have a thyroid issue, but everything is so specialized in IVF that they actually say, okay, so your thyroid is at this number, but it's optimal for pregnancy at this number, so we're going to make it so you're at this number.
Right.
So through my pregnancy, I was on those medications. And so they were monitoring me closely because I had 2 miscarriages previously. And that was another thing that was really great, I think, for me about the baby aspirin and the thyroid medication. I said they're doing everything they can to make this successful.
Yeah.
So I think that really helped my mental health in the situation as well. And then at 36 weeks was when I started going back. They also do at 22 weeks. They check baby's heart again. So they go in back at maternal fetal medicine, perinatal. They go in and they do another really big scan of the baby's heart. So you have like your 20-week appointment, which they check for arms, legs, toes, heart, all of it. But then they go back in and they're checking. And they want to see everything is exactly where it needs to be, and so you get extra reassurance.
Was there any sign of relief? When was there a sign of relief when she actually came out?
Not even.
Not even.
So
Isn't it crazy?
It's
Never
crazy.
a sign of relief.
It's funny. Like my sister was there too.
We love
her.
Shout out,
I
shout
like.
out,
Oh my
sis.
gosh!
love
Like I think
sis.
of her. I'm like, I love her. She was there when I gave birth, and my daughter was born, and
St. Barnabas.
St. Barnabas.
Shout out.
I had
Shout out.
such an amazing.
Oh, yeah, you were St.
experience.
Barnabas too.
Yeah, I
They're
lived there.
amazing.
I like forget you were St. Barnabas because you're not up north.
But also shout
love
out
St.
to
Barnabas.
their
Yay. We're all 3 of us.
their unit that
Their
you can
unit
go
is
there when you're
amazing.
pregnant
Oh.
and they can check.
Yes.
7 times I
Best.
went
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
They knew me. Hey Nicole.
Yeah, she's back.
What up, girl?
Yeah.
Just check
No,
in, you know.
their NICU is amazing.
Everything.
is
Yeah.
I love them. They
Their
have
teams are amazing there.
class acts, all of them. They're amazing. So my sister was, there with me here. My husband's here, and I gave birth. And
Wait, they allowed 2 people in the room with you?
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
great
they
because they
allow-
don't usually.
yeah.
They do, which is not during COVID. They didn't.
And they don't allow them overnight. So only
maybe that
one,
was it,
Yeah,
overnight.
only one can stay overnight. But my daughter, she was crying, but like it wasn't enough for me. So I'm asking every person in the room. I'm looking around. Is she okay? Is she okay?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
everybody.
did you have to say your sister was a doula or
No.
No.
Mm-mm, no,
so
she
I'm
was
saying, I
just
think
a-
there's only
Yeah.
one person allowed.
no.
People probably thought we were a couple at one point. If I had
So
to guess.
funny.
Like
That
I
look
checked
alike. Couple
in
that
with
look
her.
alike.
Yeah, like I checked in with her. You
Yeah.
know, like my husband was like he really like was like anxious. You know,
Yeah.
so I checked in with my sister. You know, and
Gave birth naturally.
yeah. So I gave birth, and my doctor was so wonderful, Dr. Robin at Summit Health. Again, another shout out, plug Dr. Robin. She we were chatting in between.
Yeah.
Did
you have an easy birth?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Deserved.
I pushed for 2
Well
hours.
deserved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God gave you that
Yeah.
because you went through.
Yes. Well, one of my husband's friends was like, God wasn't gonna
Give another one to
Yeah,
you.
like
Yeah.
So it everything went really well. It was wonderful. My birth experience was wonderful. I feel like everybody talks about these really awful, scary birth
over
experiences.
here. Really awful, scary birth experience.
Yeah, and a lot of people have really scary experiences.
And none of them are the same. They're all different.
They're
so
all
no one has the
different.
same story.
Yeah, and like you have 3 kids, so all your births are always different,
different.
So I had my daughter, and it was amazing, and it went well, and I remember looking at the doctor and being like, "Did you see the episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians when Courtney pulled her baby out?" And she said, "Do you want to do that today?" I said, "No."
Oh, I thought you were going to say yes. I was just freaked out.
I did that. I did that with my second,
did?
and
I
I
forgot
regret
you
it.
did
Wait,
that
why
too.
do you regret it? No, it was
I
gross.
hated it.
Wait, I also have to ask.
I hated
Did you clean? Was Savannah cleaned off before put on you or no?
No, she was put right on me.
With all stuff,
All of it.
You too?
Yeah, well, I asked
so
after
funny.
after the second. I said, "Just clean them. I don't want them."
Yeah, but I remember kissing her, and
What is that?
I just kissed her. Okay, I
I mean,
guess
It's so funny.
The way the baby looks is insane.
No, like I would I had a C-section, but if I had a natural birth, clean him up.
Yeah,
Clean him up.
And then give it to
Oh
me.
yeah.
No,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I did say that, and I would say that again, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's your baby, so
It's your baby.
Just put 'em
It
on
was
you.
in you. Like it was
Right.
in you.
It's your
No,
guts
you guys,
all
I don't
over
think
it.
I can. I don't think I can.
They give you golden hour at St. Barnabas,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
is very important.
Yes.
And
I love golden hour.
love golden hour, and I had sushi and golden hour. My nurse
What's
literally
better than
went.
sushi and golden
I
hour?
know, I love it.
My nurse literally went and took my sushi out of the fridge, brought it in for me. Like I was like, "This is like
You know,
what?
you know
This
the
is amazing.
TikToks now. It's coming up on my feed now. It's like, I'm so hungry. I'm craving a 2 a.m. hospital visit, pushing out my baby.
Well, you
and
had
all
like
those things.
a vacation when you had your
Oh,
third.
please, yes. When you get to second or third
You're
kid, it is
relaxing.
a vacation. I mean, my husband and I were like, this is great. Like,
No kids.
No
What
kids. Can we
service?
stay like another night?
I love it.
But
What a
yeah, no.
beautiful story. Thank you for sharing
Oh my
that.
gosh, of course. Thank you
Yeah.
guys
People are
for
going to
allowing me
resonate so much with that.
Yeah, and like
I
it-
promise you.
So if someone is going through IVF right now or thinking about going through it, what would be like your advice or what would be
Yeah.
like one thing to tell them?
So this is what sat with me through my whole experience. I read it in the beginning, and I still think of it to this day. The biggest thing for me is you're going to have your baby. You're going to have your baby. You have to be okay with the fact that it might not be how you initially thought. Somehow, some way, you're going to have your baby. Whether it's that you eventually have to adopt, like your mom did, but you're going to have your baby.
That's a good
So,
mentality.
Once you relinquish control, you will feel more in control. If that makes
Once
sense.
you accept the fact that this is how it's going,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's the hardest part, I feel like.
Yes.
Accepting
Yes.
the fact that this is the way it is and then just embrace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't touch on this at all because I feel like the craziest thing about all this, I mean, what you go through, what everybody around you goes through,
Yeah.
internally, externally, but the fucking cost.
Oh,
Like, forget it. What
Okay.
do people do?
Well, some things are covered.
so
some things.
we were very blessed.
What if you had another round? You did one round, right?
Yes.
That was one round you just talked about.
Yes.
People do more than
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yes, so we were very blessed. The insurance that I was working at the time, and the insurance that we had was covered by, we had fertility insurance. It's called Progeny.
Oh,
It's
that's
amazing.
Never heard.
So Progeny is really cool because it's like almost like an add-on to your insurance.
Yeah.
All you pay is your deductible for the year. So like if you have, pretty decent insurance and your deductible is a couple $1,000s, that's all you're paying.
That's amazing.
That's all
Thank
you're paying.
goodness for that.
A lot of insurance companies don't allow you like to do what you want to do. So like Some insurance companies will say, no, you have to do 3 rounds of IUI. All 3 rounds have to fail.
Right.
And only then can you move to
heard
IVF,
that, yeah.
which is so messed up and really prolongs your process.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. But with Progeny, the way that they work is that whatever the doctor says goes.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that experience.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I really felt like this all was meant for me.
Yeah.
I was meant to go through this process and
Yeah.
I was meant to have my children in this way because the way that it worked out for me is it was meant to happen. I remember after my first miscarriage thinking to myself, I want to just do IVF.
Yeah.
I need to do IVF.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, stop. You only had 1 miscarriage. Stop. And I said, I want to do IVF. I feel like I need to do IVF. And
Something was telling you to do that.
something was telling me. Yeah. And, so it ended up working out really well for me.
Yeah, I mean, you have a beautiful 15-month-old, and it was
Yeah.
all worth it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could live
She's
to tell
really-
the story.
she's so
so
adorable.
cute.
So I have one more question.
Sure.
Do you want more children?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna do the process again.
Yeah. So
You
the
can also
process will
get
be
pregnant
shorter.
naturally too.
Maybe.
It could happen.
My
right?
girlfriend went through IVF twice. She has 2 babies, and then she had a baby naturally.
Yeah.
and she was like, oh, like soon after, and she was like, oh my god,
What is happening?
crazy.
It's crazy that it can happen.
Right.
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
happen. But yes, so we only will have to do half the process.
Right,
So
'cause
we
Because you already have.
so you
everything.
do you have them on ice? The
yeah,
embryos?
I say they're in Elsa's daycare.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Elsa's daycare.
Elsa's daycare. That's
I
what
love, but there's also like a lot of conversations to have after when you have them on ice, because like I said, my girlfriends are going through this now where they know they have like 2 or 3 left, and they're like, okay, like maybe we want one more, and then like what do you do with the rest?
So you can keep them
Right.
forever. You can keep them forever.
Oh,
You
they
can-
last forever.
Well, yeah, but you have to pay
You have to
forever.
Pay. Yes,
Oh.
you have to always pay. You have to
Are you
pay a
paying
storage
now?
fee. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
storage.
Paying a storage
it's
fee
a
for
storage
your
cooler
For
thing.
babies.
It's insane.
Where am I right
Where
now?
am I? I'm
What
in a video game.
What's
I get-
happening?
No, it is
Like-
crazy, but so like my girlfriend, she won't care if I'm talking about this, but like
Yeah.
so she has 3,
Uh-huh.
and we always talk about if me and her are gonna have a 4th, and she has she has a baby on ice, and she really wants to give her daughter a sister. She has
Yeah.
2 boys and a girl,
Yeah.
and she knows she has 1 girl left, right? And she's like, I gotta just have it. Like it's crazy to like think that
Yeah.
science
It's
has
gonna go to
allowed you to
waste? Like,
do
you
this.
can't, like, let it go to waste?
Right, but like that's a fucked up thing, because like what if you like for me, like I'm probably not gonna have another kid.
Sure.
But like she knows.
Wow,
that
I've
she
never heard you
has-
say that.
I mean,
Yeah, I know. I feel
or
like on
like
every
I might, but
episode.
like I know. I mean, I don't know, but like so she knows that she has this embryo waiting,
kind
and
of
like
looming.
and it could be like a sister to what she really wants her baby to have a sister. It's
Yeah.
like that's a whole nother decision.
What's
like,
stopping her?
I mean, if she wants a 4th kid or not.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
but it's like it's
Not the
right here.
process
It's like
or
right
anything,
here.
yeah.
No,
There's
not
a
the
lot
process.
of paperwork, like as you go through when you're going through, you can donate them
Yeah.
to science.
To
and
science. Donate to science. I think that. I mean, I feel like I would.
We donate to science?
Yeah.
And your child will be running around this world somewhere.
No, to science.
Science.
Not
Oh, they
to a person.
experiment on. Wait, that's even weirder.
No, it's
They
better.
go in and they test, and and then but you can donate.
You could donate also, but
You can donate to a family who is.
Oh,
in
that's precious.
need. You can, but then your baby is walking
yeah.
around
Loves
the
Earth, and you're not
Right.
his mom.
and you know what it's like, to be like a mom, like,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like your baby is.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that. That's tough for me.
Yeah.
Another family having my child.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
give him to
What
me.
if they find you?
He's mine.
Like,
Like, what do you mean by
It's
this?
literally mine. Blood,
Yeah.
sweat, and tears.
Yeah,
like
mine.
mine.
Yeah.
yeah, but if you're donating it.
Yeah, I know. I don't. It's hard.
And it
decision.
would, it would really help a family.
totally,
yeah.
totally. People,
Yeah, it's-
people do.
I
it.
mean, those are like really big conversations to have.
They're
Yeah.
no joke.
Especially
And then there's conversations like if one of you pass,
right.
you have to sign off.
yeah, there's so many things.
And
So many
like,
things.
It's one of the things you sign. Like if
Oh, you do sign
if
before?
you pass away, then my husband
Like
is
he
the
had-
one who is.
In
So
control.
he could have those
Yeah. Do
embryos,
whatever he wants with them.
and he could put them in his new wife.
if he
Fuck
wants.
that new wife.
Anyway.
That's a fucked up thing to think about. Okay, I die, and then this new woman gets my husband and my kids.
And my beautiful children.
That is
On
so
that
fun.
note, we're leaving.
Yeah, we're out. No, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, what a journey. Like,
Thank
what
you so
women
much
go
for
through.
sharing.
Seriously.
Thank you guys.
I know it's like a vulnerable thing, and it's
Yeah.
very, but I mean, it is so important to talk
important.
about.
I don't want anybody to think they're alone ever.
Yeah.
Because you're not. You're not alone. It might feel like it in the moment. You're not alone. You're not. You're not.
What was the worst? I wanted to ask you this prior, but what was like the worst moment you had during all this process? Do you remember it?
The worst moment that I had, I felt like nobody was listening to me the whole time,
Oh,
like screaming, like it's not like this isn't working.
yeah.
Like what we're doing isn't working.
Right.
I'm screaming for help.
That's the
felt
worst
like-
feeling.
Yeah, I felt totally out of control. I felt completely silenced. I felt honestly like all of my doctors were amazing, but like I felt honestly like the system is not made for women who need help, you know? And that's
That's
why
a good way to put it.
it's not made. And, you know, the thing is that I think the very like worst moment was, you know, like a 2 a.m.
Wake up call.
What's
you're like,
happening
Yeah.
to me?
Why am I going through this?
Like what's happening to me? Like why
Like
is
the
this
loneliness.
happening? Yeah, and you know, I like just would sit there and cry, cry and cry. Call my mom 10 times a day crying. Call my sister 10 times a day crying, you know? So I think that the whole first miscarriage was the lowest point. I'm talking like it was 6 months
Yeah.
of my life that like I think I can say 100% worst time of my life. I was so
believe it.
depressed, so depressed.
And you had no one around you going through this at all.
No.
So you were really alone.
No, and you know, I will say, like, it does not help to hear, like, when you're going through it, and people are like, "Well, at least you know you can get pregnant. At least you, you know."
Is that one of the worst things to hear?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk to you about that. What should people
Trigger.
say? Yeah, what should people say and what should people not say? For someone that's going through IVF, let's say you open up and you tell someone, like,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm going on this journey. This is what's happening. What's something we should not say for people who have not gone through it?
I think, like, saying to people, like, again, like, at least you know you can get pregnant. Like, that's insane.
Right.
You
Insane.
know, that's insane. I think that, like, it's very hard, and I know this to be true because obviously I've been pregnant. It's so hard when you're pregnant to not talk about being pregnant,
Right.
and not talk about your children.
Oh, yeah.
If you have a friend that doesn't have children or even has a child and is going through infertility, like the best thing that you could do, unless they want to talk about their children, is like just don't talk about children. Don't
Yeah.
talk about pregnancy. Don't
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
children. You have to be okay with if they don't want to attend your baby showers.
Right.
You have to be okay
It's like,
with.
that's where I'm at. Like, how do you, if you don't want to tell someone about what you're going through, how do you tell them, like,
I think you just
without
have
them
to-
thinking they're just going to be like, you're not coming to my baby shower, but they don't
Yeah.
know why.
They don't know why.
Right.
It's like, that's the hardest part, I feel.
And it is. And, you know, I remember back then being like, I'm not telling anybody what I'm going through. And then I'm also not showing up to things. And people are probably thinking that I'm just like mean.
Right.
And in reality, it's just that I'm hurting. You know, and I thought to myself, in this moment for me at this time is private. And when I come out of it, I'll share my experience.
What you're doing right now.
And
Exactly.
they'll understand then. And, you know,
And I think that's very like valid.
Yeah.
because-
But during it, it's so hard. It's like you want to tell somebody, but you don't want to talk about it, but
Right.
you're not showing up because you can't show up. And it's
Yeah.
like all these things, and no one will know.
no one will know.
I mean,
And they just create
I feel
these
like that happens
narratives.
though, like in life a lot, like with I don't know, maybe like grief or something. Like people are
People go through
grieving in
things.
different ways, and it's just like I don't want to talk about this right now. And when I'm ready, I will come out, and you will
That's it.
understand why I was the way I was.
That's
Right.
it. And like I feel like, you know, one thing you can say to your friends or to people who are going through even loss, but who are going through IVF is just like, I'm here for you if you want to talk about it.
Right.
That's it.
Like
That's
I
it.
support you. I'm here.
I'm here for
and
you.
That's it.
And like I won't bring it up to you. I think
Right.
I think a big thing just in general in relationships is like setting the expectations, right? Like if you know what I need from you and I know what you need from me, we're good.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
solid.
That's a
So
friendship now, I
that's
feel.
a friendship. And that's a friendship. That's a relationship. That's, you know, familial relationships. Like everybody knows what works for each other. That's good. So I think that probably if I would have discussed it with the people close to me, what I was going through, maybe things would have been a little bit easier on me because I would have had more people there for
Right.
me, of course.
Any
but-
like separation from family members, friends during this process that it just happened because of what was going on?
Yeah, well, I ended up just like kind of being like I went into like a bubble by myself. And like I did it, you know? Like
Yeah.
I did it. Like I removed myself from so much and from so many things and from so many people and from so many experiences. Like I remember even thinking to myself, like I literally thought to myself, I thought, oh my God, like this is something I used to really enjoy and I don't enjoy it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I can't stop thinking about what's happening right now.
I mean,
you
it's
know?
in front of your face 24/7. You're like constantly reminded of it.
24/7. So, you know, I very much feel like I ended up doing it. I was reclusive. Like I just removed myself because I was so unhappy. And then I was like, I'm not going to go be unhappy around everybody.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, that's like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, like I didn't want to do that to other people. Like other people had amazing things that were happening to them, and you know, and I think
hard.
another big thing, like for you know anybody who's going through it, like it's okay to feel sad for yourself but happy for other people at the same time.
Yeah, that's a hard. It's
You
hard to
know?
separate.
It's
that.
hard, but it's okay. Like it's okay to be like, why not me?
Right.
Why can't I? You know, like that is okay. There's nothing wrong with feeling like that,
Right.
you know? But like you do feel guilty, you know, and you feel guilty for feeling like that, but like you can love people and be there for people in a way that is still comfortable and works for you.
Right, and also be struggling.
I love that.
Yeah.
And like we've always said, you never know what someone is going through.
You
We
don't.
talked about
So
that
just be
yesterday.
nice.
Remember? Yeah. Just
Yeah.
be kind, be nice. You
Be
don't know
kind.
what someone's dealing with.
We're learning with you, like
Yeah.
to all everyone listening. Like this was just such a great episode.
It was really something special.
was
And I
eye-opening
think whether it resonates with one person or 100, you're gonna touch somebody with
Yeah.
this for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it touched me, and I, you know,
yeah.
You were looking at me at the beginning of this episode.
almost
looking like you-
cried. I swear to God.
I had to look away from her.
tears
You made Tommy
almost-
Drums cry.
Tears almost came down my eyeballs because I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, thank
Wow.
you. Seriously,
Yeah,
thank you so
Thank
much.
you guys.
Nicole Dougherty.
Nicole
everyone.
Dougherty, she has a beautiful baby girl now, and she dealt with some shit, and look at her now.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming on Mama Clock.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love
That
you.
was a great episode. Good job, you guys.